Hi guys, Annie here. This is the real world at my crafting desk, and for some reason it looks way cleaner in the monitor that I'm looking at than it does where I'm looking at it from. And it's such a little project. It's another good way to get rid of your scraps, and I'm sure that probably lots of you have already tried this, and I've watched a lot of people, different ideas, different techniques from lots of crafters here on YouTube that's done the specimen cards, and some of these are specimen cards, but it's also a good way to get rid of the envelopes, and that was why I did it, or it was my reason to really try it. And I think I watched Junk Journal Joy, maybe Paper Outposts, Scrappy Doodah. Anyway, you guys, there's tons and tons of these really junk journal super crafty ladies out there. But anyway, I had all kinds of envelopes. Here's just a few. I've used a lot of them, and we all have these. I have a ton because I've been saving them. Sorry about that. But anyway, I just have some stamps. This one right here is probably the one I've used the most. But I had a stamp packet that it's probably, golly bum, this thing could be 8 years old, but it's 7 Gypsies, and it's called Conservatory Clear Stamps. And like I've had this thing for ages, but anyway, I got to look at it. It's got some really cool stuff in it, so I broke it out, and that's pretty much what I've used on all of this. So yeah, it was real handy, and I don't even know if they have it anymore. I don't know if they make it. Like I said, I've had it for ages and never used it. But anyway, let me show you what I did. And like I said, all of this, every bit of this stuff is just made from different sizes, different types of envelopes. So it's great for that, and scrap buster, or whatever you want to call it. So anyway, these are pretty much all specimen cards, and I wanted to show you what all you, and these are just off stamps I've done some stamping on this, just junk. I mean, seriously, just pieces I wasn't going to use. I just stamped it, and then I cut stuff off of it and put it on some stuff. So yeah, I mean, like I said, literally, I have tons of, probably what other people would call it would just be, it's junk, so yeah, that's what I've used. And stamp, this packet of stamps, of course, your distress ink, and I have black, one color. Well, now I did use some green distress ink, but I've had it for ages too. One black stamp pad, and this little roll of Dollar Tree washi tape ended up looking really nice on some of these little things. So yeah, that's what I use too. Scrap papers. Well, anyway, let's get on with it. And here's a piece of envelope. See, I didn't have anything. This right here is pretty much what they look like when they're plain. I hadn't sewed it together, put a piece of paper inside it. You can, you don't have to. Some of them I did because the line across it, you could see it, so I covered it up. But, and I just, see, there's the back of it. I'll probably take a piece of book page if it's going to show or something, and cover it up with a piece of book page. If not, if you're just going to stick it in your journal, or and use it as a pocket or something, you can just glue it as is, and after you decorate it. So there you go. But now, at first I started out with some slides, and I had some failures. I had some that was okay, some that was a total fail. So I'm going to show you all of them. Let's do the fails first. Now, as far as I'm concerned, First I tried tape, packing tape. Okay. Okay, now this was the first one. This one right here was the first one. Let me show you, see if I can get that close. This is the first one I did. And it looks really bad. The tape is not straight. It was difficult to work with. And all I did, this is 2 pages of book page, and I took my, 2-inch punch, or 1.5 inch. Anyway, I just punched it with that. And just packing tape, as I said. But it, like I said, it was kind of a total failure. But there's one of them little stamps, and I just inked around it with an ink pen and got that. So, you know, easy peasy. But it just doesn't look good. So I'll probably gonna throw that away. This one turned out a little better since I knew what not to do. As far as that went, it turned out a little better. You probably can use this one, but still packing tape, and I find it hard to work with. This was the third one, and I think this is still packing tape, but you know, after you do it a couple of times. But that's how that one turned out. And I just cut these butterflies out of I think I just printed them off on something, and I double backed them. You know, I cut 2 of them and backed them with each other. And so yeah, that's how that one ended up. And this one is okay, and I will probably use it. Once again, just a little stamp on a little piece of paper that I cut out that normally just would have went in the garbage. Now this one probably is my favorite. This one has got a piece of, it's not acetate, but you know, the plastic you get off of packaging. I had a big sheet of that I had saved. Just cut a little piece off of that, put a little piece of backing on it. Another one of the butterflies cut out, just old book paper, and I did sew around it. And it has some stamping, not much, but it does have some. But I thought this one turned out real good. And this one's, you know, it's sturdier since it has the plastic, or the whatever, I don't know what you're gonna call that plastic type stuff from the packaging. But yeah, this one turned out good. And what I had was, to make these, the ones that's not a punch, I cut out this little template, and I've had it for ages, and I think it's from a punch I had that didn't work, a ticket punch, and it didn't cut out at the top, so I used the bottom twice. And anyway, I got this little template. But you know, you can find templates all over as far as that goes. These right here, you can tell these are envelopes, and I did not take, a lot of people take the envelope thing out to make these, I noticed. I did not. I left it in. I made this one long. I did sew around it, stamping, and there's some of the little pieces of that washi tape. And that's it. This one, I done the back too, so it looks nice on both sides, I think. Yeah, it looks nice on both sides. So yeah. And this right here on the inside is just a piece of paper that I was off stamping on, and that I used when I was distressing my envelopes. So I was gonna throw it away, and I picked it up and I seen that, and I checked it out, and I thought it looked pretty cool, so I just put it in that, and that's that. So yeah. And then this one, here's the green distress ink, and I just had cut these out. Decided to do this with them. Once again, envelope, one of my little stamps. These are all out of the 7 Gypsies. Just book paper on the back. So yeah. And you can put anything in these. I mean, there's envelope, and once again, I left the original envelope thing in it. I did not, the only one I actually used the plastic for was in this one right here. Let me just show you these. I don't want to make this video too long. I know everybody's got other things to do. This one I have the butterfly. And I did this. And I think this come from Rosa, so thank you, Rosa. It's pretty simple too. Once again, same stamps. The green distress, and I think I just put a piece of scrap paper in here because the line showed from the back of the envelope and it didn't ink nice, so I just put another piece of, you know, computer paper or whatever in there and inked it up. And I used 2 pieces of scrap on the back, piece I had just stamped off on, and an old piece of book paper. So yeah, I thought that turned out real nice. And I guess this, and then this one was, let me see, yeah, that's the way it goes. I wanted to try, this one's really super plain. I had an old piece of scrap paper that I'd had forever that just seemed to go perfect. This was one of the stamps. These are all stamps out of the 7 Gypsy. A couple of pieces of the washi tape. An old strip of book paper I had laying here. And I just left the back of it plain so I could show you. I mean, you know, depends on what you do it. You can cover it up with whatever kind of paper. You don't have to. If you're going to glue it in, it just depends on whatever you're going to do with it. But right now I'm going to leave mine this way till I decide what I'm going to, you know, what I'm going to do with it. So yeah, I've had fun. And then this, once again, just some off stamps. Actually, I can show you the scrap, I think. Oh yeah, here's one. I had it, this one was right here. And I just cut it off. It was on the other side, I just cut it off. And I just, this is the envelope front. And you notice I did turn mine. You don't have to keep them like this. I turned mine this way. You know, when I was putting them in there. So, yeah, I just cut it off long enough to put in there. Now this stamp here is just a writing stamp that we all have, but the rest of them is all, and you can see the back. Can you see them little pieces of black in there? At the back of the envelope. I didn't put any paper. All I did was distress the actual inside of the envelope. And I thought it just looked kind of interesting, so I left it that way. You know, and once again, just distress ink stamps, and that's it. Call it a day. Left the back blank. So, yeah. And then, yeah, here's just kind of like where I tore some of this off, which I used this. And I don't know, did I show you guys? I don't think I showed you guys this one. This one has just a strip of butterflies in it. But it's all the same. And this one of these I left open, but this is not it. Well, I did leave this one open. Well, I already showed you that one. Well, I don't know what I did with the one that I left open, but anyway. Because the reason I left it open and I didn't decorate it was if you wanted to put it on a page or something, you could just do it like this, you know. And I just didn't decide you could make a pocket out of it, you know. But it's ready to decorate, so I kind of left it since I wasn't sure. You know, you might want to do it on that way. I just wasn't sure, so I did leave this one open for a journal spot that, you know, I wasn't sure what I was going to do. And then the scraps I had where I cut the windows off, I just made pockets for later. And I did, I used a punch. I had a couple of punches. You know, I'm just trying to use stuff that I have. I have so much stuff. This room's ridiculous. But anyway, there's the inside of the envelope. And I just used a punch, and all this is just stamps. 2 pieces of old paper, book paper, stamps out of the 7 Gypsies. I did not decorate the back of it because I don't know what I'm going to do with it yet. So, and that right there's that little tore off piece of flour that I showed you. I had 2 of these, and I like the faded out one better, so that's the one I used. And then this one I used a different punch, and it's got two openings. It's got one up here on it. It's white on the inside. This one is, and then the opening there I left, but it's just a white bottom part. You know, the offcuts of the envelopes like this. As far as that goes, that's what I used to make these out of. So yeah, I mean, you can just, of course this is just my style and what I do, so, but everybody can, you know, do what they like, and you know, you can have a great variety as far as that goes. So yeah, that's what I've been doing for the last few days. Plus I've got a video of an art dress coming up that I need to do. So I just wanted to share with you, because I'm going to make a journal and use these, because I've got a lot of stuff over here, embellishments, and there's 2 different kinds of journals I want to make. And I think maybe I'll do a giveaway and just give them away, because we can't keep all this stuff, can we? And like I said, this room's ridiculous, so I thought I'd do a giveaway. Plus, I think I've got another extra set of these 7 Gypsies that I was going to give away. So anyway, leave me a comment and let me see what you do if you decide to do them, because I always like to see everybody's stuff. And anyway, I'll speak to you guys soon. Bye.